Hello, Centennial students and parents. I'm Ashley Bowser, your principal, and today the counselors are going to talk to you a little bit about enrollment because we have to get ready for the 17-18 school year. Yes, it's here. And so we've got some information that follows that's really important to you regarding enrollment.
Hi, I'm Tish McDonald. I'm the 6th grade counselor at Centennial.
Hi, I'm Denise Samples. I am the 8th grade counselor here at Centennial Middle School.
Hi, my name is Twyla McCarty. I am the 7th grade counselor at Centennial Middle School, and we're here today to talk about enrollment for the 2017-2018 school year.
So today we're here to talk about choosing your classes for the next school year for 17-18. The first part you're going to notice when you get your enrollment card is it should have a label in this box that has your name and address on it. When you take this home tonight to share and show your parents, make sure that you tell them to read what's in this box. In fact, put a star by it right now, because from now on, every year, you will have to show proof of residency to get your next year's schedule and to come back to Broken Arrow Public Schools. It's just something we're going to have to do every year. And this is really, students, for your parents to figure out. The information for them on what they need to provide for us and what they have to attach to this card is down here in this section. And on the website, there'll be more information. If one of these things they don't have listed here, there's some additional things that they can attach. But this is really truly for your parents. And parents, if what you're attaching for your proof of residency does not match the label we've attached to your student's card, you're probably going to have to go to Central on Main to get that corrected. Go ahead and attach a copy of your proof of residency for us, but if it doesn't match, that means you're going to have to go to Central on Main. And if you have additional questions about that, you can call us at the school and we can help you with the details. So students, that's for your parents, but it's super important because if we don't have this, we will not be able to give you a schedule for next year. So when you come in August, if we don't take care of this, we will not have a schedule for you. So make sure you show that to your parents. Parents, you'll sign down here on this line that you have read about the residency and that you have looked at the classes your child has picked for next school year. So you're going to sign there. Note that we do not always make schedule changes after the 10th day of the semester. So really take your time when you're choosing these classes and make sure it's what you want, because changing your mind doesn't mean we'll be able to make a schedule change when it gets to August, because we're planning now what classes you've picked, and those are the classes we're going to plan for. So sometimes when you change your mind in August, we're not able to always change your schedule. So now that we've covered the front of the enrollment card, let's turn it over and look at the back side. So students, on this side of the card, make sure that you put your name and your student ID at the top of this page so that we know it belongs to you, and that just really helps us out. So if you can put your name and your student ID at the top. The next section on this card talks about the required academic courses that you're going to select. And if you need descriptions, parents, of any of these courses, you can go to www.baschools.org. You can go to Centennial page, and on that page at the bottom under Quick Links is a course catalog that gives you a detailed description of every course and what it is about. You're going to select one course under each subject area. You'll take an English, a math, a science, and a world geography class. What you're going to decide under each subject area is what level of that class you're going to be taking. You'll notice if you take beyond a 6th grade level, which means Math 1, English 1, Science, World Geography, it says out to the side that there is admission criteria you must meet in order to be eligible to take those classes. Underneath these classes, there is a brief description of a little bit of what you have to meet in order to be academically ready to take those classes. It's super important that you meet that criteria because we want you in the right level of coursework so that you can be successful. We don't want the coursework to be too easy, but we also don't want you in coursework that you're not academically ready for. So that's why the criteria is there. Your teachers can help you. In fact, your teachers will be filling out a form that shows whether or not you have met all of the criteria to take these classes. Underneath math, if you take math 2, that's actually 7th grade math. You would be skipping a level of math and moving on. Same thing for pre-algebra. That's actually 8th grade level math here. So we have to make sure that you're academically prepared and ready for pre-algebra. So we have the rubrics. They're also parents attached under the pre-AP section and advanced coursework on our website so that you can read about all of that criteria and make that decision. The same thing goes for English. It's English 1 and English 2. You're actually kind of skipping 6th grade English and going on to English 2. So we have those same criteria that in order to be eligible to take that class. For science and world geography, if you meet the math criteria, you're going to be eligible under science to take the honors science. Same thing for world geography. If you meet the English criteria, you're going to be eligible to take honors world geography. So mark this the best you can with your parents' help and with your teachers' help, and we'll make sure at the end of the year when we're enrolling you that we get you into the right placement. And never fear, if for whatever reason we don't get you in the right class, we'll always make sure that you get the right academics, because that's super important and that's always going to be a priority for us. So now on to the electives. And I know 6th graders that are going to be here next year, you're really excited about these courses. It can be a little tricky, so I want to explain to you. The courses on this side only last a half a year. So if you pick one, you always have to pick a pair or a second one to go with it, because one will go from August to December, and then the second one will go from December to May. So these always come in pairs. If you pick any of the classes on this side, you have to pick 2. Now, it's important for you to mark your first 2 choices by putting an X next to them. Then I want you to number 1 through 4 what you would take if those 2 wouldn't work out. I might be able to get you 1, but I might not be able to get the second. So let me know what your alternates would be by putting 1, 2, 3, 4. On this side of the page, these classes last a full year. It's important to remember that if you're interested in playing an instrument, either in band or orchestra, 6th grade is your only window of opportunity to get to participate. And if you don't start in 6th grade, you kind of miss out on that. You can go ahead and mark that you're interested in band or orchestra, and if you don't know what instrument you want to play yet, you still have time to make that decision. Also, over here under full year classes, we have choir, we have men's choir. The men have their own section of that. And we have title academic class, which you must have your tribal membership or CDIB card on file in order to be eligible. Now, you can pick any combination of these classes, and this is the part where it gets kind of tricky. You can pick 2 classes that last a full year. You could pick 2 of these half-year classes, so you could do a half-year class and a full-year class. Or you could do all of your electives over here on this side. Just remember, if you pick 3, you'll have to pick 4. They always come in pairs. And to remember to number your alternates. So you could do 2 hours of classes over here. You could take art, you could take intro to theater, you could take girls and boys PE, Spanish, any combination of these, but always number, because sometimes we can't always fit them together. Now keep in mind, Centennial is a large school. You will not always get your first elective choice. We try to get you in one elective, but sometimes it's kind of hard to work them out. And so make sure you give us an alternate on this side. Put an X by your choices and talk to your teachers if you really have questions, because I know figuring out how many you need to write down can be kind of confusing.
Well, I hope you got all the answers to your questions about enrollment, but if not, you can always contact the counseling office. Ms. McDonald, Ms. McCarty, Ms. Samples are always ready to be able to assist and answer your questions. Well, this school year is not over, but Centennial students of the future for the 17-18 school year, we look forward to seeing you here next year.